What up? Okay, so sometimes I post about things being on sale, and you're thinking, cool, it's a sale, but I'm not interested, right? So, what I want to do is. You're sort of interrupting me. This is totally his office. Totally live. Do you guys like the killer gray streak that I've got going on? I think I'm just going to rock it because I can't bring myself to dye my hair. Anyway, and then he doesn't close the door. Can you close the door, please? Okay, so for anybody that just got a new kit or is thinking about getting a new kit, and I hate saying the word kit because it sounds really like committal and it's like a big deal, and it's not. Okay, so I kind of want to go over what is in a kit, why a kit is a big deal, not a big deal, but a good deal to get, and the reason about why oil blends are so fantastic. Let me close the door. So, okay. I'm going to start with when I got my oils, I got lavender. Okay? Lavender comes in a kit. And I think I paid, I don't know, $70 or something for a diffuser in lavender when I could have paid $150 for 10 oils. Okay? So let's just kind of cost compare on that. doTERRA discounts the kits because they want you to make the investment to have more oils, right? Because then what's going to happen is you will be able to use the oils together to have an amplified benefit. So I'm going to go into this first before I go into the oils, because if you don't understand why oils work and how they work, why would you get them? Okay? So let's talk about oil synergy. Well, first let's talk about oils and that they have a capacity for physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental benefits. I use them primarily for emotional and mental benefits for myself and physical benefits for everybody else. That's the beauty, is they work for so many different things. Okay. Essential oils, when combining 2 or more single oils, can create a synergistic therapeutic effect that enhances each essential oil exponentially. Okay, so I'm getting this from Synergy. It's an essential oil thing. Okay, this is really like scientific, and it gives you scientific research in here. And so when I use them, I want to know why they're working and how they're working so that I can explain that to others. And sometimes they don't come out well, and so that's why I look at the book. My words don't come out well. So anyway, the reason why they're finding now scientifically that oils are working and crossing through membranes and being bioavailable is through an assay. I don't know if you abbreviate this, called the CACO2 or the CaCO2 assay. Anyway, it's basically talking about permeability of putting oils in one lining and then seeing them diffuse through that lining into this outer lining, which if it's doing that in this assay that mimics the permeability of cell walls, then that leads you to believe that, of course, it's diffusing through in our bodies, right? So, okay. That can be something that you look up. Anyhow, in the new kits that they've revamped, they have gone from 4 blends and 6 essential oils, single oils, to 4 single oils and 6 blends. So I want to pound in the importance of blending oils and having more oils to use to your benefit to address your issue. Issues usually are multifactorial, right? And so if you have, mood swings, okay? Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad, or you're sad and mad at the same time, or there's different causes, then you can use different oils to combat that issue and help alleviate the symptoms better and faster. Okay? I hope I'm being compliant with all of this. Anyway, so the blends that are in the new kit. This is new from September. It's adaptive. It's amazing. So this promotes feelings that are not associated with overwhelm and all the other adjectives or synonyms that go along with that. So I use this in the diffuser in the morning. It's so nice because it's already blended for you. And you don't have to worry about, okay, Virginia, you're talking about blending and using 2 or more oils to work on this issue. So how do I know what oils to use? That's why they went to having more blends in this kit, because they want to take the confusion out of it for people and be able to have you utilize the oils like at the drop of a hat. You are feeling down. I'm going to grab for this. This is going to uplift my senses, right? I was just doing a class the other day and I was talking about if things smell good, you're happy. If they smell stinky, it makes you make a bad face. And when you make a bad face, it makes you start to feel not very good, right? Like when you smell nasty garbage, oh, you want to get away, right? It's like frightening. And then if you smell something really wonderful, it puts you into like a state of ecstasy, right? You're like, oh, it's amazing. That's what this does. I'm just going to tell you that right there. Anyway, so like first thing in the morning, setting your day off right. Putting a couple of drops in your diffuser is going to be huge for setting the tone for not only you, but everybody else who wakes up and is in that room with you. Hey, Lene, Beth, what's up? You guys, can you guys hear me? Because I have my ear things in and I don't know. Will you give me like a thumbs up or high five, anything, so that I know that I'm not just looking like a crazy person over here talking to myself? Anyway, I'll continue on. And at the end of this, what I'll do is go back in my stories and kind of list out a daily protocol of things that you can follow along. If you have oils, to be like, okay, how can I be more productive? How can I utilize my oils more effectively? So I'll do that. And then there's also a couple of things that I want to share that when I was journaling this morning that I want to share with you that are like cheap and easy things for you to do on a daily basis to get you in check and put you in a productive mode to accomplish things. Because what is that feeling when you accomplish something and you're just like, yes, I did it, and you feel so proud and you're so excited that the task is done, whether it was a good one or a bad one. You just have that pride, right? And what does that do? That's like, it makes you feel good. It uplifts your senses. So let's target using these oils to amplify the things you can do on a daily basis to forge you ahead. Okay? So starting your day off with this in the diffuser. You guys, you can get diffusers anywhere. Amazon. You can't really go to the store right now. So, I mean, you can put a drop in your hand and diffuse naturally in your hand all day long. Put some in your hair. Put it on your clothes, right? Put it where you sweat. And then when you sweat, you smell so yummy. That's what I do nowadays. Okay, so that's adaptive. Plus you're getting the calming effects through your skin too. Okay, next one is On Guard. This one is great for immune boosting and helping your health be amplified because the properties that the oils that are combined in here possess together. So it has cinnamon, wild orange, eucalyptus, rosemary, and clove. This is a good one for anybody who has teeth and gums. Drop 1 drop of this on your toothpaste in the morning if you don't have the On Guard toothpaste. Has immune boosting effects, and it has things that will help gingivitis. I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that? I don't think so. So it helps your gum tissues. It aids your gum tissues in being healthier. Okay. On Guard is a blend. Adaptive is a blend. Oh, do you guys care what's in them? I will tell you. Adaptive is wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. Let's imagine that in a bottle. You won't have to if you get them. Okay, breathe. So this is for all things respiratory. So, helping just receive more air into your lungs. This is really great for using it at night and opening the airways for clear breathing and promoting a more restful night's sleep. And you can combine this with lavender, which is in the... Did I lie to you? 1, 2, 5. Sorry. There's 5 single oils and 5 blends. Am I being serious? Sorry, oregano. I don't think oregano's in there. Lavender. So lavender and breathe. So this helps with feelings of angst, right? And it promotes calming is what I should say. And breathe opens up the airways. So lavender, let me let you know, in this book is a super carrier. A super carrier such as lemongrass, lavender, ginger, ylang ylang, and balsam fir facilitate the bioavailability of other essential oils. So if you combine this with any other oil, it increases the likelihood you're receiving the molecules and utilizing them. So this is like a mainstay because it has 1,000 uses. No, but it really does. For calming the skin, for calming feelings, for restful night's sleep, for increasing the bioavailability of other oils. And we could go on and on about this. I've used this on bee stings for the kids, and it takes that sting right away, and nearly immediately, and they stop crying. So that's super great. But pairing those two at night in the diffuser is a really good way to get better sleep. Okay. What is in Breathe? It is laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, and ravensara. So it smells amazing too. They don't recommend putting this in humidifiers because it can break down some of the parts. So it's the third oil. Fourth oil is Balance. Oh my goodness. This one, I have one of these in my office, or our office, one in the kitchen, and then you can get little roller balls that stick right on here and use this, because this already is diluted. This has fractionated coconut oil in it. And so it is ready to use on your skin, and it is really calming. And I usually put this on in the morning. So I have Adaptive in the diffuser, and then I have a roller of Balance that I roll along my neck, and I breathe that in, and that is really grounding, and it helps me focus and just slows my roll. So I am a little bit more of a hyper person, and that's okay, because people need hyper people here once in a while. Anyway, so it allows me to go, after I set the diffuser and get my coffee, I go and I say my prayers and I do my journaling of what do you want me to do, Jesus? How do you want me to help people? What is my role today? And I do all of those things, and I just have time to focus. And in providing me that quiet time to establish what I want to get done. It helps me to be more productive throughout the day. So that's a tip. And I'll make a concise little graphic for you guys at the end so that you can reference that. Deep blue. Anybody that has a muscle or a joint, okay, they get sore from overuse or underuse, or when you hit it too hard when you're chasing after your kids. Anyway, take a little dab of that and put it right on the area that's sore. It's got wintergreen and camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, German chamomile, and osmanthus. So all of those oils have specific properties that they are designed to address. And so maybe one is a vasoconstrictor, so that's peppermint, right? It's a vasoconstrictor. Wintergreen aids with decreasing the feelings of pain. And so ylang ylang helps to, what does ylang ylang do? It works on blood pressure, lowering blood pressure, right? So do you see how you're pulling from like different aspects of what pain, what can be contributing to pain? So you have this beautiful way of addressing pain. It's like it's the full picture, right? And you're addressing it naturally with a plant-based substance that your body knows how to utilize and utilizes well. And then there's not really side effects. It's kind of a really beautiful thing. And I am so in love with being a preventionist that it's not even funny. So if you can prevent the pain naturally and not have to deal with the backlash of side effects from using other meds, sign me up, folks. So deep blue, I currently need to be using this on my left shoulder because of how me carrying my little babe always like this on the left side, right? So it's like this shoulder's kind of like locked up. So how you use any of these oils, you guys, is you put them on directly, okay, just a drop or two, directly on the area of the ailment. So I'm putting it on my trap, okay, and my pec, because your pecs are tight. They're tight like a toy gun. It's really fun sitting here chatting with you guys. Okay. And then you start to feel it's like cooling. Oh, so wintergreen's warming and peppermint's cooling. And so they can help to balance each other out. So it's not like this really like crazy experience, but it's really pleasant. There's just so much to oils. I wish I could tell you everything that I knew in one fell swoop, but you would probably be bored. Anyhow, moving on. The last blend that's in there is Digest Zen. This is amazing for if you go to the bathroom too much and you're out in public and you've got a bloated stomach or you've got gas, you're starting to feel uncomfortable, or maybe you haven't pooped in a while. I know it sounds weird to add this to your water and it will help. I feel like you think I'm lying to you. I'm not. I've never really used it for those sorts of things, but other people have, and it's been wonderful. Well, maybe the diarrhea part. Is that too much? But vomiting, okay, worked like a champ when I was in labor. I was just taking a drop of this. I'm going to be all oiled up. Listen, if you guys think I'm amped up right now, wait for just a hot second. Things are going to get real spicy. So I just put a little on my thumb and I put it to the roof of my mouth. Kind of like I'm sucking my thumb. Okay? And I held it there. Every time I felt like I was going, I had that urge, right? Especially on the way to the hospital so you don't make a mess in your car. Hey, anybody that's been in labor, you don't even know, right? How helpful something like that is. And then you can use this because that was an acute thing. You could use it every 10 minutes. or every time you feel like that's going to happen, I was like, oh my gosh, I was smelling it in, and it was helping to subside that feeling. And let me tell you, it worked. It didn't happen until my nurse came in and was also Virginia. I know you're trying not to throw up, but throwing up has a purpose, so you should probably stop using that oil. And when she described that when you're in labor, vomiting helps to lodge the head into the canal, then your baby comes out faster. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Nobody ever told me that. The things you learn, on baby number 4. So then I was like, okay, guys, sorry, here we go. I mean, one time of no digestion, and that the baby was lodged in and out in 2 minutes. So, sweet. Anyway, oh, motherhood. Sorry, you fellas on here if you're watching. So, okay, those are the blends. Now, let's go to the single oils. You guys, what these oils have done for me in my life, and the ability for me to live naturally and amplify my family's lifestyle in the way I care for them, has been monumental. And I couldn't be more grateful for what they've done and how I've been able to replace things that I was using with these, with higher results. Okay, because I'm not getting just physical results. Like, here's this that I used to take, ibuprofen. Okay, and what would I take it for? I would take it for cramping, when I would have that, or headaches, or muscle tension after working out. So how often was I taking that? I don't know. It would probably be probably a couple times a week, right? And so then this is like a burden that that, oh my gosh, my body is trying to utilize this synthetic thing and process this, and what are the implications of me continuing to do this over time, right? That always weighed on my heart. I'm like, am I caring for me the best way possible? Because I want to live for a long time, because I want to see the world. I want to meet hella people. I want to have fun. I want to go experience things. I want to live this awesome life, right? And I don't want to be inhibited by, hey, guess what? Your kidneys are blown, right? That's freaked me out. And so I was always wanting and yearning for something, but I didn't know what it was until I figured out that these oils are real. And the fact that doTERRAs are not questionable on ingesting them is the best thing that you guys need to know. That you do not go to a grocery store and think that you're going to get 100% pure therapeutic oil. I just had a buddy who tried some oil and then went and got some on Amazon and then wrote me and said, hey, what's up with the oil? Like, the stuff that you gave me is something totally different than what I just got from the store. And I said, that is the difference between all the other oils and doTERRA. They do certain things in sourcing their oils, in harvesting their oils, in growing their oils, and giving them to us compared to everybody else, that there's a major difference. Okay, so if you want to be ingesting pure things and knowing that your kidneys aren't filtering out garbage, then this is what you should be using. Okay, Copaiba is what I use for all the pain. I don't know. So, and I just do it a drop under my tongue. It's really that simple. Sometimes Sue comes out. It's really that simple. I do this in the morning and at night as a proactive way to keep the inflammatory response down, so my body isn't constantly trying to get back to homeostasis and working so hard, right? So all of the oils have a capacity of being antioxidants on some level. Clove is the highest. And so what it does is it grabs the free radicals, all the electrons, right, that are floating around causing damage, and they grab them in, right? They pair them up so that they can't go and do damage to other cells, right? And if you have an intact cell that's happy in a harmonious environment, living with happy other cells, then you're not going to have the clash of the titans causing the corruption and bringing you down and having your system have to work over and over and over and over to repair everything, right? That's the inflammation, that repairing that stress, that's chaos that's going on. So you want to squelch that on a daily basis, because on a daily basis, that's what's going on, right? After the age of 25, your body's on the way to breakdown. I was really alarmed when I heard this in my anatomy class, and it stuck with me, that I'm like, listen, I am 19, 20, and you're telling me this? Like, I only have 5 more years of, like, health and growing? I'm just gonna, like, grow old, ugly, and fat after the age of 25? Listen, only part of that's gonna be true. Anyway, so living the healthiest life that you can now will contribute to the healthiest life that you're going to live ever. And you can start by incorporating the healthful benefits of all of these oils. So copaiba is a single oil from a resin, the resin of a tree in the Amazon. Super amazing. I take it with me wherever I go. One in my kitchen, one in my bathroom, one in my purse. And then peppermint, same thing. So if this goes wherever, because this is, you can just smell this out of the bottle. If you got car sickness, I chuck this back to my son. He opens it up and he starts to feel better. It just awakens your senses. You can add this to a drink. Okay, so here we've got a little drink here, a little shaky. You can do a drop to start out with. With anything that you do, always start with a drop. Less is more, okay? Because they're so potent, they're what? 50 to 70 times more potent than the plant itself. So if I was going to have peppermint, like a peppermint leaf, then I would experience this if I had like 50 of them, right? And it's like, when are you going to ever ingest or acquire that amount of material? And that's another reason why it's so cost effective. It's like 7 cents maybe to use that. And so you're like, okay, I just had 27 cups of hot tea. You could just have hot water and add peppermint to it and be good to go for like an afternoon high instead of going down the caffeine spiral, which we can get on that as a whole nother story. Which sometimes I know it's fun to have coffee in the afternoon if it's cold or you're on vacation. But doing that to make sure that you stay awake, there's a way around it. And it will be more healthful to the way that you sleep. But we won't talk about all of that now. Okay, so the other 2 single oils left in the kit are lavender. We already talked about this. You can use this on, so many things for skin to help soothe. So I have a little cut right here. I don't even know how I got it. And so you can just put a drop on there, right? Maybe I'm a mess. Am I a mess? And so I need all of these oils? Is everybody else just totally like more put together? Okay. And then of course you smell it in, right? So you're getting it aromatically, you're getting it topically. You can ingest this, but lavender's not my favorite taste. Anyway, so lavender promotes regeneration of skin cells. Okay. So the healing time for wounds can be decreased, right? Nobody likes having something like that. Come on. And then lemon is a favorite for everyday use in water. So I wake up in the morning and I have a big stainless steel bottle that I'll put a few drops of oil in. And then a couple drops every time I refill it. And so this is a wonderful way to constantly and gently detoxify your body. So our body comes in contact with so many toxins from laundry detergent that you're using, or the air that you're breathing, or the food that you're eating that's not sufficiently washed or rinsed. You can use this to clean off your fruits and vegetables. You can put a bowl of water and a couple drops of lemon, and then put your produce in there, let it soak, and you will see what comes off. It's nasty. Also, this is wonderful in adding to berries too, because not only is it cleaning the stuff off of the fruit and vegetables, but it adds a great flavor in addition to what you're already going to be ingesting, right? Like blackberries, it's super yum. Strawberries, I really recommend lime. If you are like a dessert freak and you are trying to cut back on the sugar because you want to cut back on the fungus, right? The candida in your system, then I just totally lost my train of thought. Then you add the lime to the strawberries and have the strawberries and lime as your dessert, as opposed to something with high fructose corn syrup that totally feeds the fungus in your belly and sets you up for the bloating and everything, because then you're going to need Digestin, right? Because you're super uncomfortable and you're embarrassed because you're going to toot at the dinner table when you're at a restaurant. Come on. Nobody wants that, right? And if that does happen, you do have the tools to address it. Now, all of these are like buying in bulk. So as you can see, this, I don't use this very often, okay? Because we eat pretty well around here. I mean, we might have sausage every now and again. Anyway, it is so helpful to have these on hand for when the ailments occur so that you can address them. It's nothing is worse to be like, oh my goodness. So, hey folks, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom, and then you can't come out. It's really embarrassing. And so doTERRA rewards you for getting a kit with all of the oils together, because what happens is you have more tools to utilize for your ailments, and you have them on hand. You can mix and match things for about 80% of the daily ailments that people experience in one day, right? Head tension, stomach discomfort, ailing muscles. I mean, what else? What are your problems? List your problems, and I'll write down the oil that would address that, or the oil blend, or a mix of one or two oils from the kit that would address that need. And if you are leery, I will send you a sample. I would love to, because nobody really did that for me and really explained this to me. And being a skeptic before I tried oils, it was like, I don't really get this. But if somebody would have been all, here, Virginia, try this, and this is how you use it. I mean, I would have signed up 2 years ago. 2 years before I signed up to experience this amplified style of living that aids to my health. So I would like to do that for you, and I hope you'll take me up on it. So with that, I would like to let you know that the specific reason why I was going over this is because this kit is 20% off. You get a diffuser in the kit too. It looks a little bit like this, right? I had to unplug it. It's this. It's revamped. It looks a little cooler down here. It's not so purpley. It's more gray. And so here's the little fill line. Okay, so you fill your water just below that red line, and then you put in your oils. So in the morning, you put in Adaptive. When that runs out and you feel like, okay, I need something uplifting, I'm going to then add peppermint, which is awakening and uplifting, and lemon, which is detoxifying and also energizing. Okay, and then that goes through, and then you have dinner, and maybe you have broccoli, so you add a little bit more lemon because that cleanses the air and takes that little yucky smell of broccoli or fish out of the air. And you can run that with lavender and breathe. Okay, so say you run that in your kitchen because it's stinky. And you don't want it to stink in the morning, because nothing is worse than waking up in the morning and be like, whoa, dude, burnt the fish, smells like broccoli, and I want to have some coffee. That doesn't really go well. So you can clean the air. And then in your room, before you go to bed, you do balance and lavender. Or say your kids have sort of trouble breathing or a condition with their lungs. Then you add lavender and breathe. Right? Do you see how you're using multiple oils to throughout the day, just in a diffuser? Okay, and that's the easiest way to start, which I would recommend. And you start with a drop or two, so that if you're really sensitive, because these are so pure and potent, that it's like salt and pepper. If you have a little bit, you can deal with it. If you have a lot, you can't take it off, right? You can always add more. And that's what I found was usually in this, for me, about six to 8 drops, and any ratio that you would like to do. So maybe you really like breathe, but you want to have a little bit of lavender for the calming. You can do 4 and 2. You can do 6 and 1, So you're not going to get it wrong, okay? You're just going to have to learn and adapt to how you deal with all of the oils. And really, it's magical. So if you are do you want a sample? Do you want me to do like an online class and address specific issues that you or your family have? I would love to do that. I don't have to be your friend. I can be your friend as soon as we have the class, right? Let's not inhibit ourselves, because my goal is to have friends all over the world and go visit you. So if you want me in your home one of these days, go ahead and send me a DM. Me and my family, right? Show up in our fifth wheel. Just kidding. Anyway, there's a lot to love over here. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's my husband and my 4 kids and my Grammy. We're fun. We're a hoot on a vacation. So anyway, that aside, kits are 20% off, and I would love to send you samples. So I hope that you gain some insight. I will again put in, sorry, I thought I was going to be done. Okay, so this is what I came up with in my journaling, which is really kind of vulnerable for me to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway because this is what I asked for. I said, what should I do? What should I do for my people? The people that I know and the people that I don't know. And this is what God sent me a little message this morning in my journaling. First thing when you wake up in the morning, to set your day right, before you do anything else, before you put your oils on, is smile. Smiling is so wonderful and calming and relaxing, and it costs nothing. Okay? This is also why I'm a hygienist, is because I want people to smile. Smiling is so huge and beneficial to yourself, to your soul, and to those around you. And if you can wake up and put a smile on your face, the day can only get better. Okay? So start with a smile. To be a bright light and shine for others, you must give first proper fuel for yourself. These include quiet time for the mind. Okay, so first thing in the morning, if you can get up and set some time aside for yourself to just get set in what your purpose for the day is and be intentional on what you would like to get done. You can read things that are constructive for your brain and your growth. You journal in your quiet time. And this is where you're really tapping into your creative side. I believe myself not to be so creative, and that's just a story I'm telling myself, because we're all created to be so amazing and creative, that this is when you can tap into it. And the reason is because you're still you're still waking up. Your brain waves are at a lower in a lower state. I think it's theta. And when they're in a lower state, you have the ability to be more creative, and you are more in tune to addressing your call for life, your purpose for life, right? there's that time for connection and knowledge of what you're supposed to do. Just try it, okay? Journaling in the morning is amazing. Okay. As you're having quiet time in the morning, doing full breathing is also so very beneficial. So just like we want to get rid of the toxins, right? So we tinkle, we poop, we get rid of those things. We want to do the same thing for our lungs. That's like a secondary way of excretion. So breathing all of that stagnant air out is going to be so invigorating. And how you do it is through your nose. Keep your mouth closed, because what it does is it creates that suction, that vacuum in your lungs and that pool. So it brings that air in, and then you can breathe that nasty air out. Okay. And when you are doing deep breathing, what is it doing? It's increasing your circulation. It's increasing your blood flow. It's increasing your oxygenation to all of the cells in your body, including up here, so that you can be more creative while you're journaling. Right? And I mean, if you want to amplify your style while you're doing all of this, add this. Frankincense isn't in this kit anymore, but there's a way for you to get it. When you get a membership, you have it at 25% off. You can get it on like another order, so you're not like breaking the bank buying oils. And that is so grounding and meditative, and cellular boosting for your health, right? So putting that, I would say, frankincense and breathe in your diffuser in the morning for like meditation and prayer and creativity and getting those full breaths in. And what you're doing too is you're opening up your chest and you're allowing your diaphragm to really like open up and not be so impinged by leaning forward, so that you get good airflow, you get good ability to focus and great cognition. And then eating healthful nutrients. So you have something that's great for your brain to eat in the morning. You have avocados, you have berries, you've got eggs if you do eggs. But those sorts of things are going to amplify you through the day by choosing to care for your body in that way, that you're as healthy as can be. I got 2 minutes to go. So anyway, let's get going. So then you have good blood flow to transfer the nutrients where they're supposed to be, right? And then cheerful. If you start with that smile, you will have a cheerful heart and a cheerful disposition throughout the day, that you have the capacity to share it with others. Okay? I'll do a little write-up, okay, for this with you. And then amplifying it with oils, like I said, frankincense and breathe in the morning in the diffuser. Lemon or lime to wash off your veggies when you have that nutritious food to maximize the benefits. If you have digestive troubles, then you can add this to your water with your meals. Or there's another thing called Terrazyme, which is enzymes to help you break down your food so that it's in a small molecular structure, so your body is able to actually identify it and then utilize it. The good blood flow is also making sure you're getting your exercise and your water to transport the nutrients, right? And then cheer. Do something that contributes to cheer. Like, what is so cheerful? Like, if you hear a baby laughing, I don't know many people who don't break a smile. So that's something that you can do. YouTube, babies laughing. If you're in a down place and you don't have oils, or you don't like oils, or whatever, and you need help like this minute, go and YouTube something funny. People falling. I mean, it's not very nice, but it will make you chuckle. And if you don't like laughing at others, then listening to a baby or a child laugh is huge. Or a funny joke. Okay, let's end with this funny joke, because my husband's getting really hot at me right now. What did one boob say to the other? This is for all you moms out there. If we don't start getting some support around here, somebody's going to think we're nuts. Okay? That's funny. Right? I mean, come on. That goes along the lines with after 25 years old, you start to go downhill. Listen, lots goes downhill. Okay, enough of that. Put a smile on your face. I will put this thing in the stories. I love you to pieces. Even if I don't know you, know I love you. You are important. You are special. You are precious. You are made to do wonderful things. If you want to amplify your lifestyle at some point in time, know that these are available. If you want them and you want me to guide you through using them and supporting you in learning how to use them and apply them in your life for you and your family, I would be so honored. You can always message me on here and I will address whatever issue or concern that you have. Okay? God bless you all.